Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Aaron the Black Dragon.
I'm Joe Garen. Hello.
And welcome back to the Mario Kart podcast. It's been a while.
The podcast that never ends, even though we're taking some breaks now and then.
Yeah, we're taking long stretches of nothing in between. But, I mean, there's so many podcasts in this world already. How much do you really need us as an extra podcast? The question is not really. The answer is probably not really. Where's my card? It's so frustrating that I always have to do that. But there we go. It's also not a car that I'm driving. It's a bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while. First of all, welcome to 2024. Somewhere in like the third week of January or so. How's it going? How are all of you doing? Leave a detailed and long-winded comment down below. And then also, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was sick during Christmas time.
Yeah, I also just barely scratched past that because I think I got sick in the week of Christmas. So in the week of the 24th. With COVID. Which, yeah. But on the 24th, I was already not testing positive anymore. So I probably got it from Monday to like Saturday or something. And then on Sunday I already tested negative for it again. But yeah, that was a fun one. Because I was going to work the rest of the week. Because I was like, whatever, I don't really feel that sick. And whatever. Feels more like a cold than anything. Because I didn't have any of the typical symptoms for COVID.
Yeah.
And then we just tested ourselves because one of the colleagues from my girlfriend tested positive, and she was like, her colleague was positive, and I tested positive right now as well, so maybe you should test yourself. I was like, okay, good. Came home, tested myself, and it was like, congratulations, you're positive. Which kind of threw some of the plans that we actually had for that weekend specifically totally overboard, because on the day we tested ourselves, we wanted to go to a party, and the day after we wanted to go to a musical, and then the day after my girlfriend wanted to go have some time with friends together.
Those is not cooperating.
It's not. What do you want to play?
Let's go random.
Let's go random. Anyway, my girlfriend wanted to meet with friends on Saturday. I actually would have had to go to work on Saturday, but again, sick. And then on Sunday was a Christmas celebration for us here in Austria. So, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that kind of got tossed. And I only got to go to the Christmas celebration, to Christmas Eve, because I tested negative already and I did not feel sick really, so yeah, I got to have at least that. But you were at home.
Yeah, I got sick the week before Christmas, and like on Thursday, and I wasn't feeling so hot on Wednesday already, Wednesday evening. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was like really, really dumb timing there.
Unfortunately. Oh well.
Yeah. And for New Year's, what did you do for that?
Play video games.
Nice. Yeah, we actually got together with friends and just drove into the desert. No, it was such a foggy day, like you couldn't see anything. So not a lot of people actually shot fireworks on that day, which honestly was good for the dogs.
I've heard plenty fireworks at home.
I mean, there still were fireworks, but it was over so fast because again, where we were, I can't get any items. You really couldn't see anything, and so they really kept it at a minimum for that, which again, was really good for the dogs. I mean, Millie is good with fireworks. She's not that bothered by them, luckily. I mean, yeah, she was a little bit shaky and she obviously doesn't like it. But of all the 3 dogs that we had at the day, Flippin' Monkey, she handled them the best, I think, because one of the dogs from her sister just hides under the bed or under the sofa, like any small and confined space that they can find. They're just hiding under that and they're not gonna come out of that for the rest of the evening. Which, fair. I also wouldn't come out if I would be afraid of that. The other dog that they have just freezes and she was shaking in fear a lot. And still to this day, she's kind of panicky because of everything. So, going for a walk with her right now, not fun apparently, because she just freezes in place and wants to get into random cars.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's looking for shelter, so she's really not taking all of that well, which, I mean, I can understand because you just hear loud bangs the whole time and it's not a fun time for animals.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it doesn't matter to humans because, they make loud noises and they look pretty. Honestly, I could go without fireworks, if I'm gonna be totally honest.
Yeah, also I'm pretty sure DK hit me with his invincibility star and it didn't do anything to me.
Weird.
But yeah, also because I was sick around Christmas time, I didn't really do much on New Year's Eve because I just didn't feel super duper healthy.
I mean, fair, honestly. Also, you're not required to do anything.
Yeah.
Iron? Or do you want to do Rainbow?
Let's do Rainbow Road.
Let's try for Rainbow Road. That's gonna be an even split by the looks of it.
Because that's the 3DS one, and I really like the 3DS Rainbow Road.
Yeah. But yeah, since then, New Year started, and just trying to do the best as possible. Didn't manage to sit down to record anything this week. Like, this is the first time I sit down to record anything this week, so non-intentional, just things didn't work out for recording.
Yeah,
so
it do be like that sometimes.
But I have some extra time on my hands, like not next week, but the week after that. I'm just gonna catch up with everything nice and I'm gonna be fine.
Are there any video games you're looking forward to that are going to be released in 2024?
That's a good question.
In my case,
the Paper Mario remake, the 1000-Year Door.
Definitely.
That's one that I'm definitely looking forward to because I love that game.
Yeah, same here. But also I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah.
And Princess Peach Showtime.
Oh yeah, right. That's also coming this year.
Yeah, I think in March, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's gonna be a fun one. Yep. That's also.
It did look fun. It did look fun in the trailers.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind Peach getting more active roles as the protagonist.
Yeah.
And play a character in more video games.
And not just as a side character in like the base Mario games.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's fun that you already can play as all the princesses in
Mario Wonder.
Yeah. Like, that's already something that finally they're not just, oh no, they're captured and you need to rescue them. No, now they're finally also getting like active roles in the games and you get to do stuff with them, which is 100% fun.
But also, Mario Bros. Wonder is, like the name says, a Mario Bros. Platformer.
Yeah.
And Princess Peach Showtime
is a
looks like something a bit more unique because she has different costumes with different abilities in that game.
Yeah, also different playstyles apparently because it looks like you're gonna have fighting in the game. Like there's some sort of combat.
Yeah, she can be a sword fighter, she can be a martial artist, she can be a detective with like investigating stuff. I think there's also a patissier costume, and I don't know. I'm really curious what costumes and abilities she's gonna get in that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, ooh, I activated that star right on time. So yeah, that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to. In terms of other games, I mean, maybe, that's a big maybe by the way, this year I'm gonna get myself a PS5, so looking forward to playing maybe Horizon Forbidden West on the PS5. Like that maybe is a big thing, but that's not a new release. So
yeah, I know they've brought out a slightly slimmer version of the PS5 late last year, and there are some rumors that Sony is working on a PlayStation 5 Pro or something, but I have no idea if they're actually gonna do something like that.
I mean, those are always the rumors, like how correct are they going to be?
Yeah, especially since it's been taking the PS5 a while to be widely available.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much sense a Pro version would make.
That's the question, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, already the Slim version was like a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, I think this new revision of the PS5 is going to replace the standard one, the one that I got, and then like 1 or 2 weeks later they announced the Slim version.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not super upset about it because the specs are still the same, but I'm still a little bit upset because, of course, they're gonna announce the revision right after I get it.
Yeah, obviously it's gonna happen right then and there.
Yeah.
Is there any other games that you're actually looking forward to this year?
Aside from FF7 Rebirth, the Paper Mario remake and the Thunder Door remake, and Princess Peach Showtime, I'm interested in Persona 3 Reload, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Oh, right, the Another Code Recollection remake.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Luigi's Mansion 2 is getting an HD version.
Oh, yeah, that's something I heard as well. Which, honestly, in that case, we're getting to the point where maybe we should play the Luigi's Mansion games.
Yeah, we should.
I mean, we always talk about them a lot, but we never really sit down and do anything with them.
But also it would be nice if the first Luigi's Mansion game would get a re-release on a modern console.
Yeah, 100%, because that would be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we try, for this year, to actually bring you Luigi's Mansion for... Ouch, that was a rock! For for October. I guess a Halloween series, an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get that managed. Because that would be fun.
I mean, maybe not all 3 of them, but...
No, we're just talking simply about the first one.
Yeah. I think the first Luigi's Mansion game might be my favorite in the series.
It's the one that I've seen the most about. I'm gonna be totally honest there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've watched Sugar Comrade play through the second one. And I think the third one I've only seen during a Runaway Guys Coliseum where they
played the multiplayer.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't really know anything about the third one. So, yeah.
I like all 3 Luigi's Mansion games. And I think they are a fun time. But after thinking about it, after having played all 3 of them, I think the first one might be my favorite because it's like short enough you can sit down and play through it in a day or so, and it feels nice and comfortably long for that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's something about the vibe of the first game that I kind of prefer over the second and third one.
I mean, you have to say, with the first one, there is also this kind of mystery aspect to the game with... what happened to Mario?
What happened to Mario?
What's up with that mansion and everything? Like, there's a lot more, mystery to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm not saying is lost with the second one and the third one, but it just doesn't capture it the same way.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. But I thought for a moment, where the heck is your CPU going for you?
Being spicy.
Apparently. But yeah, a remake of the first one would be fun. Like a big HD, a real life remake of Luigi's Mansion.
Oh my god.
And Luigi has like this typical chiseled face. And just... The best way I can describe it is, if you don't know Drawfee, highly recommend the channel. 4 artists, sitting down, drawing stuff, whatever, weird prompts, good time, good conversations. And Julia, perfect chiseled faces all the time. I imagine like a Julia face with the big schnoz that they have. Like that, perfect. That's how I imagine the Luigi's Mansion remake to look like. And if you don't know what I mean with that, again, check out Drawfee. They're amazing. I love them. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion remake would be fun. Especially since it's weird that the game didn't get a lot of love, because it is one of the more beloved games. Oops, that was a mistake.
I think around its release, people were upset because it wasn't like a main Mario platformer. But over the years, it got its following.
I mean, people always cry about something, so...
Oh yeah, they do.
Also with a game that's called Luigi's Mansion, I don't know why people were expecting it to be like a typical Mario platformer.
I mean, they were probably, before Luigi's Mansion was announced, expecting for the GameCube to start with a main Mario platformer like the Nintendo 64 did.
Oopsie.
And then Nintendo probably announced Luigi's Mansion before Super Mario Sunshine, and then people were like, no, we don't want that! And after Super Mario Sunshine came out, and that game proved to be divisive in its own way, people started to like Luigi's Mansion more.
Yeah, can we just talk about the expectation of it has to start with a Mario game?
Yeah.
Like, what was the first game on Switch?
I'm pretty sure it was Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that seems fitting, that seems correct.
And then Breath of the Wild turned out to be like the most successful Zelda since Ocarina of Time, I think.
Yeah, so... I mean, I'm playing the game right now. Breath of the Wild is one heck of a ride.
Yeah.
And honestly, I love it. But there's a lot to do in this game. And that's just fair, because there's a bomb.
I need to continue with Tears of the Kingdom at some point, but
where am I?
I'm still a little bit burned out on the Breath of the Wild formula.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm still very good to go with it, because I just love my open world games to bits. And therefore I'm not like in any way burned out of that. It's just that...
I'm not super into open world games, but I wanna try to get into them a little bit more. Like I got the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game with Christmas money recently.
Yeah.
And at some point I wanna borrow Horizon Zero Dawn from you.
Yeah.
And
I just can recommend that game.
And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looks like an open world game based on what they've shown off so far. So there's plenty to play, and I don't want to get burned out of that genre.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm very much looking forward to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, thank you, by the way, for the Final Fantasy VII remake that you gifted me on Steam.
You're welcome.
This is gonna come to a stream near you sometime. Seriously, we just played through the base game. Like, base game, the original one. The remake? Remaster? What's it on the Switch?
It's like an HD port.
An HD port.
Quote unquote HD port.
So we just played through that. So I'm not gonna play through the remaster, the remake anytime soon.
I mean, FF7 remake only goes up to the end of Midgar.
I mean, I'm still gonna wait longer for that, because one of the other things that I definitely want to tackle first is I want to get into Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. Because, first of all, I love a Souls-like game, and Elden Ring looks like a lot of fun with the open world aspect and just everything going on there. Like, that seems right up my alley.
Mhm.
Also the fact that I'm probably gonna get lost like 50,000 times, but that's part of what makes it so much fun.
I can imagine.
But yeah, that's like a big thing that I'm looking forward to is running through Elden Ring. Come on, you can count us in. But it's also fun how I think it was with 23 that the game genre started to be a lot more open world. Like that was...
I mean, that's been going on for a while now.
Whoops, wrong side.
That people and developers have been skewing more towards open world games.
Yeah. Woo!
That's also part of the reason why Final Fantasy XIII back in the day got such a cold reception from Western outlets and such, because that game was very linear. I've seen it being compared to the Crash Bandicoot games.
What?
At times, yeah. Because in the Crash Bandicoot games, the levels were also like pipe-like. You held forward and you couldn't really go like off course like I did.
Yeah, I can't keep on course with this one.
And yeah, that was also the time when a lot of people were extremely mean and also kind of racist towards Japanese RPGs. Probably because a lot of people associate Final Fantasy as like the representative of the genre, and because 13 at the time wasn't really doing it for a lot of people, people were like, the entire genre is suddenly bad.
Yeah. But then again, goes together with people are just stupid.
That they absolutely are.
Like there's so many even linear games that are just so incredibly good. It's just...
I heavily disagree with the notion that a game being linear means that it's bad.
Yeah. Like,
that's something that bothers me about a lot of reviews for Devil May Cry 5, because DMC5 has very linear levels.
Yeah.
There's like barely, if any, backtracking and like next to no puzzles. And I'm like, yes, this is good, because the puzzles in DMC 1, 3 and 4 were not my favorites.
Yeah.
I didn't really like them. The thing that I like about DMC the most is the crazy combat.
Yeah.
And DMC5 has crazy combat in spades. But apparently people really want open levels and freedom of choice. And I'm like, no, not everything needs to be open.
Like, what I enjoyed about DMC3 in a way, but also not something where I'm like, okay, this is cool, was the fact that every chapter was its own thing, but it was all contained within the same area. So you could just go into an area that you were in the first chapter or so. You could just explore the whole thing again.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I also didn't like about that is that it was easier to get lost because of that at times, and not knowing what the heck the game wanted from you at the time.
Yeah. No, in the missions in DMC5 are very much self-contained levels.
Like in Bayonetta 3.
1 and 2. And also, it's like DMC5 kind of felt like a Mega Man platform in that regard.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I mean, it's not like with choosing which stages you want to play in, what order.
Not choosing which Demon Master you want to battle next.
Yeah, no, it's not like that, but it's a very straightforward action game with tough but fun combat, and yeah, it kind of felt like a very pretty action platformer from like NES, SNES, PlayStation 2. I think Eurogamer even compared DMC5 in the review with a ridiculously, they even called it a ridiculously pretty PS2 game. in terms of gameplay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting compliment, question mark.
I think it was meant as a compliment.
I have some mushrooms driving by me. Concerning.
The English Eurogame, I mean. The German one was unnecessarily snarky about how silly and stupid DMC5 is with its story. And I'm like, can we not, please?
Seriously, if DMC3 is stupid and snarky, DMC5 is stupid and snarky, then what the crud is DMC3? With Dante going, woo!
I mean, they were being like... German Eurogamer was being condescending about it. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sure, the DMC games are kind of stupid if you think about it, but that's what makes it so fun. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, the Devil May Cry is not a serious overall.
There are serious moments, but overall it's like you are a demon hunter who is very fucking powerful, and he does not give a shit about the demons. Go have fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the appeal for me for that series.
Yeah. That is also why Devil May Cry 1 is so incredibly cheesy and stupid fun. And that's also where some of the enjoyment comes from with the series.
Yeah.
The thing that doesn't work because of that is, in my opinion, Devil May Cry 2, which tried to play it really tight and serious. Which, like, more serious. It still has some stupid moments, but it plays itself more serious and therefore it lacks the fun, and then paired with some weird choices in the gameplay mechanics, didn't turn out to be a good game.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 3 did it better. Because the story, yeah, serious in a way, and you had some really dark moments, like with Lady and her father and stuff like that. Stuff is messed up, but Dante every second time going woo and other nonsensical, dumb, like cheesy comments.
It's fun.
Yeah. And also,
it's also the reason why Dante got the Wacky Woo Pizza Man nickname.
That's like...
And then there was the DMC reboot, where they went really weird with the marketing, at least Ninja Theory did. And even back in the day where I wasn't interested in the series, I was like, guys, you're not really doing it.
You're missing the mark so hard.
They did not do a good job of selling their game.
Yeah.
And then towards any criticism, I think they were like, you just blinded by nostalgia towards the earlier games, and I'm like,
we didn't have that nostalgia, and we both said, it's just bad. It's just bad.
You were doing a bad with your marketing.
Yeah.
I still wanna give the reboot with the definitive edition on the PS4 a try, because I heard that the gameplay is pretty decent in that version, but the story is like very ham-fisted with its themes.
Yeah, no, I also want to give it a try, but in the same way I want to give it a try as we said we're gonna give Other M a try. I'm gonna play through the main games first, and then we're gonna jump into the offshoot that spawned from it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not on the side of saying that Other M was a bad game, because the things that I've seen you play from the game, I always thought were well enough executed and somewhat enjoyable even to look.
I still maintain that I enjoyed the gameplay of Other M, even with its admittedly strange decisions at times, like only being able to use the D-pad for 3D movement.
Yeah, which is a weird thing, because just saying, even now with the Battle Network Remastered series, I enjoy using control stick for just the overworld movement and using the D-pad only for the matches when you fight against viruses or other navies, because there you don't need need a control stick as necessarily, because you only can like go in 4 directions.
Mm-hmm.
But for overworld movement, it's just so much more easier to use a control stick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've started playing Battle Network 4 Red Sun on the PlayStation 4 recently, And I'm having some major muscle memory issues because like the buttons for confirming and cancelling and those using chips and using the Mega Buster are flipped on the PlayStation layout.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you can change the controls for the games, so like it feels like on a Nintendo system, but then you try to go back to the menu and then it suddenly flips around and it's like, oh my god, what do I do?
Whiplash! Yeah, no, that's not as much fun. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have for me personally playing games also for my channel. Because I play a lot of games on Steam, which I use my Xbox controller for.
Which they also flip the buttons around.
Yeah, and then I play games on Switch, which has the buttons like that. And I'm always there, I have to double check where are my buttons. It doesn't matter if I've played the game 1,000 times, because I'm flipping between so many games, so many control schemes constantly, that I'm like, button does what?
Yeah, like on...
A is where X is, okay.
No,
never. I know it's A and B and X and Y are switched, but still.
God damn it, Microsoft. Why would you do that?
I think that's because Nintendo at that point still had the copyright to that layout.
I don't think they had a copyright for that.
I think they did.
I think Microsoft were just cripping off of Sony being like, the south button is for confirming and the right button is for cancelling. And then they just took the letters from Nintendo's controller and flipped them around like that. And now there's like 3 positions where the X button could be on a controller, and it's like, why would you do that?
X is for fuck you. Yeah, no, they didn't do any... They really did a disservice to everyone with that.
But also, I was browsing like the internet recently, and as one does, yeah. And I think I've seen like a headline or something about Microsoft going third party or something, and I don't know if that's actually legit or someone just using clickbait for their article, which says something completely different. But
I mean, that's pretty like standard nowadays.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it would be kind of weird if Microsoft stopped making the Xbox consoles. Not that I ever had an Xbox, because there just weren't games on there that interested me, but still.
Yeah, for me the thing is, why would I need the Xbox if I have my PC that can run all of the Xbox games as well?
Yeah.
Like, there we go with the comfort thing that you have, where it's like, I don't want to bother with setting everything up and hoping that my system is strong enough to play the games. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna have the console, and I know that everything should run properly. But for me, I don't want 3 different consoles and a PC if I don't need the PC, if I don't need one console, because it just plays the same games that I can play on my PC.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft, like Xbox, doesn't have any sort of exclusives that don't come out on a PC as well.
I mean, they have Starfield, I guess. Also,
but can't you play Starfield on the PC as well?
I have no idea. Also, they don't have the Battle Network collection on Xbox, so fuck Xbox.
No Battle Network, no interest.
I mean, I'm kind of sort of joking, but also I'm kind of sort of not, because...
There's the slim line of the joke is serious.
And a little bit serious.
Yeah.
Oh, we're already at half an hour.
Yeah, but we usually go for like 45 minutes.
Okay.
For the
podcast,
I guess. So we can have 1, maybe 2 more rounds.
Okay. Which one?
The desert.
This one?
Yeah, calamari.
Okay.
Because it reminds me of Splatoon. Just because of the calamari, though. Not because of the train. There is no trains in Splatoon.
Yet.
But there's a subway. But there's no stage with a train.
Yeah.
There's a boat, though. That would be a cool stage to a subway station in Splatoon. They actually have a train that you can go into.
Oh god, and you get instantly splattered if it rolls over you.
Oh, crazy. The train is like water. Deadly.
This part is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Dante.
Yeah. Which one? The black-haired one or the white-haired one?
The white-haired one.
The real Dante or the real Dante? Or your nostalgic memory Dante that you only like because of memories?
No, I think I just like classic Dante from the main numbered games more.
Yeah.
Because he's a fun idiot.
Yep, that he is. That he in fact is. Oopsie, I missed that.
What I find a little bit disappointing, though, is that only the DMC reboot got dubs into different languages.
Really?
Yeah. It does have a German dub.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse for me.
I've watched some of the cutscenes from the German version recently, and it's a pretty decent dub.
Okay.
I did not want to gouge out my own ears after watching the cutscenes, so that's gonna account for something, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there is some media where you're like, I cannot, in good conscience, watch this in my own language or in any other language. Like, first say, I watched The Owl House in English. I heard it once in German, and I wanted to die.
Oh no, is it that bad?
Oh, I hated it.
Which is weird, because you think Disney would do a pretty good job at German dubs.
Yeah, no. It might really just be the fact that I watched the whole series in English, and the voices are like that for me. The same is with Gravity Falls as well, where I heard the German dub once and I was like, yep, can't listen to that one in good conscience, so...
Maybe it's just because you're used to the English dub, because I remember watching the Japanese cutscenes from Xenoblade 1, and everyone just sounded way off. And it's like, Alvis, for one, he sounds so different in Japanese, and I'm like, no, this is not Alvis.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really just depends on what you're
used to,
what you're used to, and what you've heard first. Because
But the interesting thing as well is for me, some things, some anime I can only listen to in Japanese. Like if there is an English dub, it's like, you're not them. That's not right. You're a lie. You're a poser. You're that character from Wish.com.
What?
Wish.com? Where you get some bootleg stuff.
Oh.
It was like, Wish.com was a thing that for a time I got ads from them on my Instagram, where it was like, oh, you want to have a Nintendo Switch with that and that for like for like €100 or something like that, and you got like something that maybe in a vague way looked like a Nintendo Switch and didn't even work, or something else. Like they sold a lot of bootleg stuff, but made it seem like from the pictures and everything, like they were selling actual things.
That's a bummer.
And yeah, so just a really shady website overall that just sold you junk for way overpriced junk, which made it look like you're getting maybe actually underpriced stuff in some aspects when you think about gaming and whatnot, and sold that for even cheaper. So yeah, there's some questionable stuff out there. Oh gosh, I'm dying.
Squirtle, I'm dying.
Squirtle, I'm dying. What's that from again?
I'm pretty sure from like a comic.
I mean, that would make sense.
I think it was like a Bidoof on fire or something.
That sounds hilariously bad. Oh gosh. Space has claimed me. I'm one with the universe now. Brain stopped working there for a hot minute, sorry.
Brain.exe has stopped working.
Yeah, definitely have some buggy programs going on there. Got a message from someone who I need to immediately block.
Why block?
Because it's an Instagram message, and on Instagram I get a lot of SEO type of people that are like, your channel is... I found your channel, but it's shit because you're not using my method.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh cool, I can block another one of these assholes.
Ah, damn it. I'm 3 points not off from 6666.
Ah, you're not the real devil after all.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, that's an issue that I have. Where on Twitter at the end I got a lot of artist bots and whatnot that really destroyed the platform for me, and I was like, okay, I'm never gonna use that thing again, which I only go on Twitter to check on a few artists that I follow, but other than that I'm not really doing anything there anymore. Sorry, on X.
Fuck you, Elon Musk, I'm gonna call it Twitter.
Yep. And on Instagram I have the problem with the SEO specialists that are like, hey, you're doing really bad on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Not everything has to be about becoming big, not everything has to be about money. Shut your trap, I'm gonna throw you out the window.
Yeah.
Or just block you, because that's a lot easier.
Yeah. I've recently got some replies to a tweet that I've posted like 2 years ago by now, where I was like, I wonder if I could commission like this with my characters, and then they're like, when or hi? And I'm like, no. You don't know what I'm talking about, you idiot.
Yeah. So, yeah. Being on the internet is a wasteland. Like, harassment, even if you don't want anything, is a constant. And just, I'm not even talking about what any female red person has to go through, because harassment is like 1,000 times more, and even more harassment, which should be honestly punished by law.
Yeah, but...
like, that is... anyway.
It's crazy.
So,
no, or rather,
it's...
Or rather, insert that one frame from the DMC anime here, where Dante is very sadly eating his strawberry sundae with the caption, "This is not very crazy anymore."
Yeah.
They referenced that in DMC 5.
Oh no, I can't wait till I get to that game. We still have time.
I think this is a New Game Plus thing.
Oh. We might still show it off. You are not the boss of me. I'm the boss of me. But yeah, anyway, that was a lot of fun. Catching up, talking a little bit, falling down, like a lot.
Being Mario Karted.
Yeah. The duality of a Mario Kart podcast. You talk about normal stuff and suddenly scream because you get shot by a bullet bill.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Hopefully we can do maybe a few more of these this year.
Let's see.
But yeah.
Who knows, maybe this rumor about the Switch successor will be true and there will be a new Mario Kart.
Oh.
Or just Mario Kart 8 Super Deluxe Complete Edition with everything from 8 packaged together.
Now with more pixels.
And it's the same game again.
Yeah.
For another 6 or 7 years. We're in the 7th or 8th year of the Switch?
I think so.
And then Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U in like 2013. This game's fucking old, man.
10 years.
It's the GTA 5 of Mario.
It's the Skyrim of Mario.
That too. It's not the Dark Souls though.
No. They brought out a new game.
Or except if you play versus with custom item sets and only have the blue shell active.
Yeah, okay, that's something else. That is insane. But yeah, let's see what this year will bring. I wish all of you a happy 2024, I think for the 4th time on this channel. And we'll see what the rest of the year brings. Definitely more content with him.
If if you keep saying that you wish for a happy 2024, it's gonna happen.
It has to become true. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You have to
So I'm gonna say it until the very end.
You have to jinx it into being.
Yeah. I'm a pessimistic person. That was a rude one to cut away from game. Anyway, I'm a pessimistic person, so...
It should have stopped before Yoshi was hit, and then you could have
the
done...
JoJo music. Dum, dum,
Yes.
dum, 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 copyright, but sadly, yeah. Also, that's the... Anyway, doesn't matter. See you next time. Bye.